Hey, welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I am really glad you are here today because what we are about to talk about is something every English learner needs to know how to do.
That is right. Today we're talking about how to talk about your family in English. And by the end of this episode, you are going to be able to describe your family members, share stories about them, and actually sound natural doing it.
And we're not just going to hand you a word list and say, good luck. We're going to give you real conversation, real vocabulary, and real shadowing practice so you can use this in your actual life.
And if you're sitting there thinking, my English isn't good enough for this yet, I really want you to stay with us today, because by the end of this episode, you're going to feel very differently about that.
We have helped so many English learners just like you go from feeling nervous and stuck to actually speaking English with confidence, and it always starts with topics like this one: simple, personal, and powerful.
Talking about your family is one of the most natural conversations in the world, and when you learn to do it in English, something really special starts to happen. You stop translating in your head and you start thinking in English.
Okay, so let's jump in with the most important point first. The number one reason most English learners struggle to talk about their family is not because they don't know the words, it's because they don't know how to connect those words together naturally.
Exactly. You might already know words like mother, father, sister, or brother, but the moment someone says, "Can you tell me about your family?" your mind goes completely blank. That feeling is so common, and I want you to know it's completely normal.
So today, we're going to fix that. We're going to give you a simple structure, a way of talking about your family that sounds natural and confident every single time you use it.
Here's the structure. When you talk about a family member, you say three things. First, who they are. Second, one thing about them. And third, how you feel about them. That's it. Three connected ideas.
So, for example, you could say, my mother is a teacher. She is very hardworking, and I really admire her. Three simple sentences, but together they sound fluent and natural.
Or you could say, my older brother just started a new job. He's really motivated, and I am so proud of him. See how easy that is when you just follow the structure?
The goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to sound real. And real sounds exactly like what Sophia just said.
Now, here's something I want you to think about. Most people believe that fluency means knowing thousands of words, but actually, fluency means knowing how to use a smaller number of words very well, and that is exactly what we are building today.
And we are just getting started, because coming up, we have a full vocabulary section and a shadowing practice session that is going to seriously level up your speaking, so stay with us.
But first, let us build your vocabulary for this topic. These are the words and phrases that will make you sound natural and confident when you talk about your family in English.
The first phrase is immediate family. Your immediate family means the people closest to you, usually the people you grew up with or live with. For example, my immediate family includes my parents, my sister, and me. We are a small family, but very close.
The second phrase is extended family. Your extended family includes your grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. For example, I do not see my extended family very often, but when we get together, it always feels special.
The third word is close-knit. A close-knit family is one where everyone is very connected and supportive of each other. For example, I come from a close-knit family. We call each other almost every day.
The fourth word is upbringing. Your upbringing is the way you were raised when you were a child. For example, I had a simple upbringing, but my parents always made sure we felt safe and loved.
Try to remember these four: immediate family, extended family, close-knit, and upbringing. If you can use even two of these in a real conversation, people are going to be really impressed.
And now I want to say something important. If you have been learning English for a while and you feel like you are not making real progress, I hear you. That feeling is real, and it can be really discouraging.
But here's the truth. The fact that you are listening to this right now means you are already doing something right. You are exposing your ears and your brain to natural English conversation, and that is one of the most powerful habits you can build.
Every single minute you spend listening to real English, your brain is absorbing patterns, sounds, and rhythms, even when it doesn't feel like learning. Trust the process.
You are not behind. You are on your own timeline, and your English will improve. It is not a question of if, it is only a question of when. Keep going.
Okay, so now let us get into the shadowing practice. If you do not know what shadowing is, here's a quick explanation. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence in English and then you repeat it out loud, trying to match the rhythm, the speed, and the natural sound of the speaker.
Shadowing is honestly one of the best habits you can build as an English learner. It trains your mouth and your brain at the same time. And the best part is, you can do it anywhere. On your walk, in your room, even in the shower.
So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to say a sentence about family. David will say it again slightly slower, and then you pause the video and say it out loud yourself. Ready?
Let us do the first one. The sentence is, I have a small family. We are very close to each other.
I have a small family. We are very close to each other. Now you say it. Pause if you need to. Say it once, then say it again a little faster.
Good. Now let's do the second sentence. My father works really hard for our family. I have always looked up to him.
My father works really hard for our family. I have always looked up to him. Pause and repeat that one. Really focus on sounding natural, not just correct.
And here's a tip for your shadowing practice. Don't just move your mouth silently. Say it out loud. Even if you feel embarrassed, even if no one is listening, your confidence grows every single time you hear yourself speak English out loud.
That is so true. A lot of learners read English well, but never actually speak it out loud. And then they wonder why speaking feels so hard. Speaking is a muscle, and you have to train it.
Now, let us talk about some of the best habits for learning English, especially when it comes to conversation topics like this one.
Habit number 1 is to learn in topics. Instead of studying random vocabulary every day, pick one topic per week. This week, family. Next week, work or hobbies. When you focus on one topic at a time, the words start connecting and staying in your memory.
Habit number 2 is to speak every single day. Even if it's just to yourself. Practice sentences in the mirror. Talk about your day in English before you go to sleep. Describe what you see around you. Make English a daily habit, not just a study session.
Habit number 3 is to listen more than you study. A lot of learners spend most of their time with textbooks and grammar rules, but real fluency comes from listening. Podcasts like this one, TV shows in English, YouTube videos, songs, all of that counts.
And habit number 4 is to stop waiting until you are ready. So many people say, I will start speaking when my English is better. But here's the hard truth. Your English gets better when you start speaking, not before.
That is one of the most important things we can tell you. Waiting is the biggest mistake. Imperfect speaking is 1,000,000 times better than perfect silence.
Okay, now let us go a little deeper into the conversation. Here's a sample dialogue between two coworkers, Alex and Mia, talking about their families. Listen carefully for the vocabulary we taught you earlier and notice how natural and simple it sounds.
Okay, so imagine two coworkers, Alex and Mia, are having lunch and they start talking about their families.
Alex says, so do you have a big family? Mia says, yes, actually I do. I have 4 siblings, so it was always noisy growing up, but we are very close-knit. We still talk every week.
Alex says, that's really nice. My family is much smaller. It's just me, my parents, and my younger sister. But my extended family is huge. I have like 20 cousins.
Mia laughs and says, 20 cousins? That must be amazing during holidays. Alex says, it really is. My upbringing was a little chaotic, but also really fun. I honestly loved it.
Did you notice how naturally those words came in? close-knit, extended family, upbringing. They did not feel forced or unnatural. They just fit right into the conversation.
That is what we want for you. We want those words to feel like your words, and the only way that happens is through practice, repetition, shadowing, and actually using them in real sentences.
Now, here is your speaking practice for this section. I want you to answer this question out loud in English right now. The question is, can you describe one person in your family?
Use the structure we gave you, who they are, one thing about them, and how you feel about them. Say it out loud. Do not write it down. Just speak.
It does not have to be perfect. It just has to come out of your mouth. That is the whole point. Every time you do that, you are building real speaking confidence.
And I want to encourage you right now. You're doing something that most people never do. Most people just say they want to learn English, but they never actually take steps. You are here. You're listening. You're practicing. That already makes you different.
Progress in English is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It's one podcast episode, one repeated sentence, one moment where you say something and it actually comes out right. Those moments add up, and before you know it, you're fluent.
Believe that, because it is true. Keep showing up and the results will come.
All right, we are in the final part of today's episode, and this is where things get really good. We are going to give you more speaking practice, a rehook on the best hacks for learning English, and then send you off with something that I hope stays with you for a long time.
So, let us talk about the best hacks for learning English, specifically for people who want to get better at conversation. Because hacks are not just shortcuts, they are smarter ways of doing the work that actually get you to results faster.
Hack number 1, learn sentences, not just words. A lot of learners collect vocabulary. They have notebooks full of individual words. But words alone do not help you speak. Sentences do. So instead of writing the word family, write a sentence. My family means everything to me.
When you learn a word inside a sentence, your brain stores it in context, and when you need to use it, the whole sentence comes back to you. That is how native speakers think, in phrases and chunks, not in individual words.
Hack number 2, record yourself speaking. I know this makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but recording yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do. When you hear your own voice, you notice things you never noticed before, your pronunciation, your rhythm, your hesitations.
You do not have to share it with anyone. It's just for you. Record yourself answering a simple question like, "Can you tell me about your family?" Listen back. Notice what sounds good and what you want to improve. Then try again.
Hack number 3, use what you learn the same day you learn it. Today we gave you words like close-knit, upbringing, and extended family. Before today is over, try to use at least one of those words. Text a friend, write it in your journal, say it out loud to yourself. Use it before you sleep.
The faster you use a new word, the faster it becomes yours. That's not just a hack, that's science. Your brain keeps information that feels useful and forgets information that doesn't.
Hack number 4, find your input sweet spot. This means finding English content that is just slightly above your current level. Not too easy, not too hard. If you understand everything, you're not growing. If you understand nothing, you'll feel frustrated and give up.
This podcast is actually a great example. You might not catch every single word we say, but you understand most of it. And that gap, that small stretch, is exactly where learning happens.
Okay, now let us do one more shadowing practice before we wrap up. This time we're going to go a little faster because you've been practicing and you're ready.
Here's the sentence. Family is the first place where we learn how to love, how to listen, and how to be patient.
Family is the first place where we learn how to love, how to listen, and how to be patient. Pause and say that. Say it slowly first, then say it again at normal speed.
Now here's sentence 2. No matter how far I go in life, my family will always be my foundation.
No matter how far I go in life, my family will always be my foundation. That one is beautiful and also very natural sounding English. Try it again. Own it.
Notice how those sentences made you feel something? That's because emotional sentences are easier to remember. When language connects to a feeling, it sticks. That's why we love shadowing with meaningful sentences, not just dry grammar examples.
And here's a little challenge for you. This week, try to have one conversation in English about your family. It doesn't have to be long. It can be 2 or 3 sentences. Tell someone about your mother or your sibling or your home growing up.
If you don't have anyone to practice with, do it in front of a mirror. Introduce your family to your reflection. It sounds a little silly, but it works. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. We taught you a simple 3-part structure for talking about family: who they are, one thing about them, and how you feel.
We gave you 4 key vocabulary words: immediate family, extended family, close-knit, and upbringing. We also talked about the best habits for learning English: learning in topics, speaking daily, listening more than studying, and starting before you feel ready.
And we gave you 4 powerful hacks: learning sentences, not just words, recording yourself, using new words the same day, and finding your input sweet spot.
Now here is what I want you to imagine. Picture yourself 6 months from now. You are in a conversation with someone in English, maybe a coworker, a new friend, or someone you just met traveling. And they ask you, "So, tell me about your family."
And without thinking, without translating, without freezing, you just start talking. You say something like, "I come from a close-knit family. My mother is incredibly hardworking, and I have always admired her." And you say it naturally, smoothly, confidently.
That moment is coming. It is not a dream. It is a destination. And every episode you listen to, every sentence you practice, every word you use out loud is one step closer to that moment.
You are capable of this. Full stop. Not maybe, not if you're lucky. You are capable. All you have to do is keep going.
And hey, if you're wondering what's the next step after I can talk about my family in English, we've got you covered. In our next episode, we're going to help you talk about your daily routine in English, which is the next natural topic every learner needs to master.
The link will be in the description. Go check it out after this. But before you do, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. Every episode we release is designed to move your English forward one step at a time.
We're so proud of you for making it to the end of today's episode. Seriously, most people quit. You stayed, and that says everything about who you are and where you're going.
We'll see you in the next one. Keep practicing, keep believing, and keep showing up. Your English journey is just getting started.
Take care, everyone.